This is what it sounded like when Shuster suddenly pulled a gotcha moment on her.
Congressman, let's talk about the public trust. You represent, of course, a district in western Tennessee. What was the name of the last soldier from your district who was killed in Iraq?
The name of the last soldier killed in Iraq, from my district, I do not.
Okay, his name was Jeremy Bohannon. He was killed August the 9th, 2007. How come you didn't know the name?
David Shuster was wrong. Wrong. As it turns out, the fallen soldier that he spoke of was, in fact, not a resident of Congresswoman Marcia Blackburn's district. Congresswoman joins me now. Congresswoman Marcia Blackburn, Republican of Tennessee, is on the phone. Congresswoman, I'm sure you went out and after this, kind of getting ambushed like this and said, let me take a look at this. What'd you find?
What we found was that indeed it was not a young man who was a part of our district, and our condolences do go to that family. And it's such a sad situation, John, when we have people that try to bring our members of the military into a political debate or into a debate for political gain. And this
that wasn't even a debate. That was an ambush.
Well, yeah, it was. But, the thing is, we don't use the names of those in the military. We have had several from our district. We've had 9 from our district that passed away. Fort Campbell is also in my district, and we have had many families there that we have sent letters to those families. We have met with families. We've talked with them. And some families do not want the participation of elected officials, and we honor that request.
Well, what about the Shuster family? I mean, I want to know what you think about David Shuster trying to ambush you, get you in a gotcha moment, and at the basis of it, just plain wrong.
Well, that is true, and I guess he is doing the work of MoveOn.org or the liberal organizations, but I think that we are seeing exactly how they plan to approach this campaign. If you don't agree with them, then they're going to do everything they can to publicly embarrass you, to humiliate you, to try to put things out on the Internet, get little snippets and clippets that are coming from the news or from interviews. We've heard that they are stopping, not just me, they're stopping other members and asking for statistics like this, like David was asking me on the air. We've heard that that is happening to other members of Congress also. And it's done to try to publicly embarrass people or to cause them some kind of problems and try to play that gotcha politics. And the American people are sick of that.
Do you feel you are owed, and are you demanding an apology from Shuster for ambushing you and trying to humiliate you when he was in error?
He was in error, and I think an apology would be nice for the inappropriate conduct and the inappropriate use and pulling someone into this. I mean, I don't know of any member of Congress who is going to sit there and use an individual's name like that. Families have endured great loss and hardship, and they've made a tremendous sacrifice, and it is just beyond me trying to embarrass a family or pull them into something, or I just can't even imagine going there.
The implication in Shuster's question is that he knows the family feels that their son's loss was in vain and that they would endorse him using the young soldier's name in attacking the war. Is there any reason to feel that position on his part would be based in fact?
Well, there isn't, and I would say if he does not know that family and doesn't know that information, they are indeed owed an apology by him and by the show, and because they did not invite this. If someone doesn't invite this, then I think it is just completely, it's inappropriate. Our men and women in uniform deserve our greatest respect. I think that what David Shuster did was cross the line there. It was inappropriate. He had incorrect information. I don't know who was researching that for him. He had the wrong district. As I said, we have dealt with the families, have interacted with them in the appropriate way, but we would never go on a TV show and call their name or contribute or even announce in any way something and do that without permission or without it being something that met their wishes.
Congresswoman Marcia Blackburn, Republican of Tennessee. Congresswoman, thank you very much. Appreciate it. So there we have. Now, David Shuster is a reporter.
A liar.
He was a reporter here at Fox. Then he was a reporter at MSNBC. When he did this particular thing, he was sitting in the role as show host. Now, show host is different than reporter or correspondent. Show host is you start to show point of view. You start to show an attitude about the stories. You start to show, personal feelings, personal beliefs, and that's completely legit. And we welcome David Shuster to the arena. The arena is where you fight it out with others who have a different opinion. You can't hide behind the notion, I'm just a journalist. No, you're out there with a point of view. You're out there with an argument. And he's making an argument here. And once you put yourself in that role of making an argument, guess what? You are in the room, in the arena with us, and guess what? We argue back.
John Gibson of Fixed News, today's worst person in the world.
Always striving to be the worst to bathtub boy.
You should crawl off into a hole and die.
But the best to you. John Gibson on Fox News Talk.